Well, a very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, and it is a very, very good evening here. My goodness, I don't think I've ever reported 0% cloud cover. Zero. Absolutely stunning here in good old New Zealand at the moment. We've had an absolutely glorious day. I cannot believe this August is as it is because as a kid, I remembered August as being the most horrible month, but that was in Wellington. And I think it is still pretty bad down south and other places, particularly on the east coast. But boy, have we had it good. Mind you, we deserved it after the very, very wet July that we had. But I'm going to say something that is going to make you really eat your hearts out up there in Fiji. We have 55% relative humidity. 55, 5. I put clothes on the line this morning, and admittedly it was only 8 degrees at 7 o'clock this morning, and it was 9 degrees when I put the clothes out. I thought, oh boy, these aren't going to dry because it's no wind. But 55% relative humidity, and they are all dry. We have 13 degrees at the moment, but boy, is it going to get cold tonight. 4 knots. The peak is about 9 knots of southerly wind at the moment, 1020.6. So there you have it. Absolutely stunning weather. It's interesting because usually I take off from the country in August, but boy, I won't do that again. Well, certainly not in a La Nina year. We've had all of this northerly stuff, and particularly with this huge anticyclone that David talked about last night. It is whizzing around and is going to bring next week a lot of rain again because it's going to shoot across you guys with strong winds and meet what's coming from Oz. Oz always sends us crappy stuff and shoot down where we're going to have northerlies again. So it won't be all that cold, well, relatively speaking. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, we've got 2 boats on passage at the moment, Marilyn and Haydar. So good morning to you, or good afternoon to you. And I see that Pele and Ulla are on frequency from Port Resolution. And thank you very much, Pele. Hopefully you got the email for the very interesting and informative email that I read out to the guts of it to everybody yesterday. Really, really useful to have on-the-spot information because sometimes what authorities say and what is actual reality for the troops out there in the field, and I'm talking about the customs officers down in Tanna, it's really good to have that information. And I tell you what, it's fantastic that Vanuatu are allowing boats to come into Tanna. So again, a plea to please follow their rules, because this is the first year that it has been so straightforward to get to Tanna on your route to New Caledonia or Australia. So it is fantastic to be able to do that. So please follow the rules. It's very easy to do. Okay, let's see if Marilyn is on frequency, Gulf Harbour Radio. I might get somebody from Fiji to give them a call. They said that they were going to be on tonight, but they have been whizzing along. Fantastic speed. Well, of course, they're getting 20-25 knots, so it's not surprising that they are moving along quite well. It's south-southwest, if you can believe the GFS, and Marilyn are currently at 3026 south and 17718.5 east. And they've been doing good. My God, the AIS tells me at the moment that they're doing 11 knots. Boy, poor old Camellia would never keep up with them on a course of 027. So I suspect they might be a little busy with things, but they are going very well. Haydar is not too far behind them. Haydar is at 31 degrees 50 south and 1784, almost 48 east, and they're doing pretty well too. They've got 25 knots. They're doing 6.1 on a course of 053. So there you have it. I will give another call shortly. Water Music are going to take off from Cairns tomorrow. They're going to take off from, where are they? Anyway, they're going to go to they're going to take off tomorrow. Boy, my brain is not doing too well tonight. We've had a bit of a rush afternoon today to get back to the radio in time. Actually, David managed to get to the boat, which is quite a long way for him to walk at the moment with his back, but did a couple of jobs. So we have enjoyed the beautiful day here doing something constructive. I'll just do a call for anybody with anything, whether you're on passage or have anything else, please call. Hello, Jonathan, and I'm looking at the satellite picture here at the moment, which you won't see down there, and it looks a little bit cloudy, but otherwise not too bad. What are your plans? Are you still going to leave tomorrow? Over?
Very noisy frequency that I see on your call, over.
Could you give them a call, please? Could you give them a call, please? I have good copy on you, Jonathan. Give them a call, over.
Hello, this is Shanu relaying for Gulf Harbour Radio, over. This is Shanu, I thought you expected to be unreadable, over. Gulf Harbour Radio Shanu, they're out there, but I can't read them. They were on the side of the call, over.
Yeah, roger that. I've got you okay. Boy, that was the one thing they didn't check before they left was their radio. Everything else was working well. Marilyn, please call again and Shanu will relay. Call again, please. Over.
Marilyn, Shanu with a relay. I understand you're going to be back on frequency on Monday. Please have a message, over. The Gulf Harbour, try them again. I'll try to give you more words on the reply this time, over.
Roger. Marilyn, we are on 7 days a week, so we will try again tomorrow. Please repeat, all is well, and Jonathan will relay. Over.
Relay, I candy.
I think it's the frequency rather than their fit, over. Gulf Harbour's been over.
Yeah, go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, I can't catch it. All I thought was they'll be on tomorrow. It's a very noisy frequency at this end, over.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, it's actually quite good at this end. So, and I've got eye candy on board there as well. I'll just tell you folks that everything is looking pretty good in the South Pacific on the satellite picture. There is a lot of activity up above Vanuatu. It's sort of around the 12 to 13 south mark, but and further over it to maybe down a bit at Wallace and Fortuna, but everywhere else looks pretty good with a bit of cloud. So and nothing much has changed from what David said yesterday. Okay, Jonathan, just stand by. Eye candy. Jonathan is getting back to you. what are your plans? Same as yesterday's thoughts over?
Yeah, Roger. We'll depart tomorrow afternoon for Manila for Harbour,
Okay, I've got probably the best copy on you that I've had. So you will indeed be departing tomorrow for Vanuatu. So that's all good. I hope nothing much has changed. So and everybody knows what's happening. It's very interesting, and in fact, iCandy picked up the confusion with the models because we've got this huge high that's going to be over New Zealand and very, very slow, and then things crashing into it coming up from the southwest and the west. So it is going to be quite an interesting picture next week weather-wise. Okay, thanks, Jonathan. We'll talk to you en route tomorrow. Clear with you and iCandy. Go ahead, Andrew.
Golf on the radio. Yeah, I was just wanting to say that Maryland, I heard them say they'll come up tomorrow, and they did give a position which I could not copy, over.
Yeah, their AIS is working well, which is the position I gave. My God, they've been doing incredible speeds. Mind you, they knew they were going to get a pretty breezy passage, so they were all ready for it, but they're right in the middle of 25 knots, really, them and Hadar. So that it's in a good direction and pushing them along. It is going to be a fantastic passage for them, but they wait long enough for it, which is good. So and they do need to keep the speed up because of the confusion that's going to happen next week. So all is good. So how are you guys going, over?
Oh, we're good. We're just hanging here trying to figure out what to do for the next week, I think. It doesn't look like a window for us to head to Newcastle, so we'll stick it out here, over.
Yeah, roger that. I don't think I would go too. It's a bit sporty. I mean, why bother when you can relax and wait for these enhanced trades and the confusion with, well, it's you guys' fault. You know, all you Aussies, you send us this amazing stuff that collides with, a nice peaceful anticyclone that's going to sit over New Zealand. If it wasn't for all the muck coming from the west, all would be good, over.
Yeah, we're very generous like that, over.
All right, but you could think of worse places to be than Port Vila, and yes, you've got some people that you know there now, so hello to Intrinsic and Moana Roa, so I hope everyone's well and you had a good night last night, over.
Yeah, roger that, all we knew, it didn't take long. Yeah, Moana Roa is still here, and Intrinsic left this morning, so I think we'll be going tomorrow too, over.
Roger that. Okay. Well, the other news, of course, for the Kiwis is that the make or break football game is on tomorrow night against South Africa to see whether New Zealand can continue its losing trend. So that will be of interest to those that do have a desire to get up at 3 in the morning, which, of course, David and I do not have. Apart from that, it's going to be a fairly pleasant weekend down here. So, everybody's on the go now. And, well, I tell you what, Fiji has got a lot of people around. Does it feel crowded? I wonder. But anyway, Fort Vila has started to pick people up. So, it's probably time to think of moving. Okay, back to you, Andrew.
Nothing much further here. The brainer is a little slow getting things going. It looks like they're not answering the VHS. They do have all the moorings up at the wall. All the wall moorings are up. They're working on the moorings, over.
Oh, that's good. So it makes you wonder what they did for the last couple of years, doesn't it? But anyway, I suppose they sort of left it till they knew that there were going to be people on the moorings. So, that's good. And, all right, well, have a good weekend there. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow night. And I'll be on net control in the morning anyway, so we'll talk to you then. You're being very useful on the Hamnet at the moment because propagation hasn't exactly been great between New Zealand and Australia. I can hardly copy data at the moment. Okay, we'll clear with iCandy. Is there anybody else?
Gone with the wind, gone with the wind.
Oh, hello, Gone with the Wind. And how are you guys, over?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're sitting here in Muscat Cove, and we've been around a couple of times for the provisioning, and we're back here now, and we've got the Italian contingent here. We've got YPK, you know, and Zuma arrived Tuesday too, so just brush up on my Italian.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's we love listening to them talking sometimes after the net. They Y2K and Zumax were talking together, and Italian is, if I wanted to choose a language to learn, and all I did when I was in Italy was learn numbers so that I could cope with buying things, but it's such a musical language, and it's no wonder all of the operas and such like are in Italian, because it's a lovely language to listen to. So yeah, all right. Well, say hello to them for us. We actually decided to have tonight our first takeaway from the local Italian shop in what must be 18 months, but well, might even be longer. And David had his usual linguine gamberi, which is sort of shrimps with lemon and linguine. And I had a lovely veal with mushrooms and a very unhealthy creamy sauce. It was just lovely. So we always think of Max and Ellie when we have Italian food, and so you can tell them that we dined Italian tonight. So your signal is very good, by the way, Annie. Over.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, and I'll let them know we supplied some lobster the other night over to Y2K, and cooked up a storm with it, lobster from Minerva Reef, and it's delicious, I can tell you.
Ooh, sounds like you guys, probably Liam, were really busy at Minerva Reef. Oh, that sounds absolutely excellent. Yep. Well, I tell you what, we have seemed to have run out of bluff oysters at our local shop now. So when I heard about the roast lamb on board Gone with the Wind, I sent off an email. I didn't have your land email, so I didn't send it to you, but I showed a picture of the only thing that we could think that would make you envious was the bluff oysters, but it's been so rough down there. I suspect that they have not been doing too much. Anyway, all is good by the sound of it with you guys, and so I will clear with you, and I'll just tell David that Pele and Ulla might leave Sunday morning to go to Port Vila. Yeah, bad conditions will come beginning next week. Bay open to the north. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But you know, they do know that there's going to be some pretty strong winds, so I'm sure they will be seeing what's going on. But it sounded like the getting a SIM card, if you go to Lanakai, is actually cheaper than getting a SIM card operational in New Zealand. So all that is good. So yeah, I was just seeing if David is going to make any comments. He's just popped in, actually. He's just having a look. Everything is updated on his computer for him. All that was missing was him. So we'll see what he can see for... I don't think it's changed too much. The winds are going to be pretty strong. Okay, is there anybody else for Gulf Harbour? Oh, there's a couple there. I'll just see if I recognise Paul's voice. Somerset, Gulf Harbour.
Yeah, Roger that. That's me. Do you copy over?
Yeah, I've got absolutely excellent copy tonight. It's a shame it doesn't sound as if it's all great at your end, but anyway, it's very good copy here for a change. Over.
Roger that. Looks like the weather cleared up a bit, so that might help. So did I hear that right? That one boat is leaving on Sunday to Port Vila. Over.
That was the boat that is in Tanna is going to go from Tanna to Port Vila. Thinking about it. Over.
Yeah, okay. No, never mind then. But we still plan to leave on Monday. It looks a bit sporty on Monday, Tuesday, and then it should calm down. We just wanted your thoughts on that, Ella.
Where's he going?
Yep. So thoughts on leaving Fiji to go to Port Vila. Sounds like Port Vila from Fiji.
Leaving Monday.
Leaving Monday, Sporty Tuesday. I can't remember what you talked about. We've been looking at the picture of this incredible high. But yes, if you could have a look at that, and also for Lupan leaving Sunday morning to go to Port Vila as well. So they'll be coming from the south and from the east. So anyway, we'll pass the microphone as soon as David has caught up with things here. Stand by.
When was he going to leave?
Monday.
His name?
That was Paul leaving Monday from Fiji.
Yeah, hi Paul. Good evening to you and the rest of you there. Looking like an interesting journey. The big high that the anticyclone that we've been talking about the last couple of days is still there. It's still very, very active. In fact, it's getting stronger and stronger in its central pressure. So by, I'm looking at Tuesday, let me run to Monday at the time that you're wanting to go from Fiji to which island group is he on?
Port Vila.
Going to Port Vila. Okay. Well, you know what? That departure looks outstanding. You picked a good one. And from what I can see, taking a look at Tuesday, you have to pardon me the pauses. The problem here with this computer is that when I talk, it just tends to lock itself up. It decides to change frequencies. It just really is an amazing computer. It's a hammer. A hammer is what I need. So looking at the Tuesday time frame, and again, that same journey that you've got between Fiji and Port Vila, still the same. We're still looking at easterlies, maybe a wee bit north of east, but certainly not by much at all. So we're looking at a reasonably good trip from what I can see so far. Now, on Thursday, which is what, the 18th, we're looking at the merging of two anticyclones. So we've got a very, very strong and fairly large in area an anticyclone to the east of the dateline. To the west of the dateline is the following anticyclone. The low pressure area, which is typically between the two highs, actually is further to the south and isn't going to present a whole lot of problem other than the fact that you're going to have convergence. So you're going to have basically northeast winds, and give or take on the direction, depends on what longitude you're at. So that's on one side of this large anticyclone. To looking at the other anticyclone that's basically running from Australia east to your location. And those winds are going to be northwest, and give or take on that. So northwest, northwest, that type of thing. So velocity-wise, I would say you're not going to have any kind of a problem at all. I'm not sure what your ETA is going to be. I'm sure you have worked it out. If you have, come back to me now. Over.
Ooh, a bit of a pause there. You need to speak up a bit though, again. No, I don't think they heard. Somerset, give them a call.
Yeah, Somerset. It actually could be my voice not projecting out. But what I was asking was
If you
your
left Monday.
ETA at Port Vila. If you can give me that information, that would be good. Over.
Thursday, Friday, we're not going to Port Vila, we're planning to go to Port Resolution.
Oh yeah, they're going down south. Okay.
Okay, well, either way, no problem. But give me the approximate.
Thursday, Friday, he said.
Oh, you said Friday.
Thursday, Friday.
You can tell that my ears are not doing so well. So, looking at the Friday time frame, which is what is that? That's the 19th, I think it is. Fantastic, Paul. You are going to have no problem, absolutely no problem, getting into Tana anywhere actually from the north of the northern islands of Vanuatu all the way down to the south. We have pretty stable looking conditions. So, as you have seen, looking at your various models, we're looking at southerlies. And wind-wise, maybe 15 knots, maybe 15 to 20, that kind of thing. So, you're going to have as far as I'm concerned, a very good trip. Over.
Roger that. That's what we thought as well. Thank you for the weather update and talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, roger that. And yeah, while David was looking at that, I was looking at Shaynu's passage up to Vanua and that looks good leaving tomorrow too. The only other comment was Lupan leaving from Tanna to go up to Port Vila, beginning maybe Sunday morning. We'll see if you could have a look at that one. I'm not sure why you don't stop part way from Tanna to Port Vila, but there are a couple of lovely, one island in particular, Erromango, is a really pleasant folk there. It's a bit of a roadstead anchorage though, so you have to sort of, but give that some thought as well. Erromango, we really like the people there, and they have a nice little nursery trying to replace the trees. His name I've forgotten. The trees that got really cut down, like our kauris got cut down in the early days. But they've got a nursery that they're trying to get things going again. Anyway, I'll just throw it open. Is there anybody else?
Intrinsic.
I think that was intrinsic, was it, Lynn?
It is correct.
Go ahead. I've just turned you up a bit.
Good. As you said, we left this day. We just come up to Port Havana, and then we're going to do an overnight through to Port Sandwich on Malacula. Over.
Okay. Well, I bet you had a good chat to iCandy because they've just come down from there. So you're left Port Vila and you're in Havana, and then an overnight to Sandwich. Don't forget you've got the mesclins to have a look at too. There's really no big need to do overnights if you don't want to, because you can sort of creep up a little bit by bit if you didn't want to do an overnight. Over?
Yeah, copy that. I actually want to try and get to Harbour back to my festival, which is this coming week, and the weather is looking great for us to get further north, so we're trying to go north and then make our way back slowly back down south. Over.
Roger that. I think you said it's back to the roots. That is a most fantastic. It's probably the best festival that you could possibly ever go to. So well done. I was actually thinking the other day of looking it up to see when it was. We've been a couple of times to it. You'll really, really love it. Over.
That's awesome. It's on Thursday and Friday. So do you know something about the cost of attending? Over.
Well, no, because you see, you're talking to a couple that, well, did we do it? It would be over 10 years ago, a couple of times. And in those days, it wasn't all that commercial for cruises, but it has got very commercial since then. And I imagine that there is a significant cost, but regardless, I still think it is worthwhile. There's a lovely anchorage there, not the one that's sort of a bit further to the north. Boy, I'm going to have to refresh my memory. But there's an absolutely beautiful anchorage, and then it's a walk, admittedly, to get to it. But and there's in the anchorage there are dugongs, and it's very sandy, and it's just lovely, and the people are super. So just dig deep and do it anyway. Over.
Yeah, that's why I thought it's like one lifetime opportunity to go over.
Yeah, it is. We've never done the the vine jumping or anything because you can sort of see that on television. But the whole atmosphere of the return to the roots, with the people, it's if it is still the same, and I can't imagine that it wouldn't be. It is really, really good. We got to know the villagers there quite well. In fact, the second time we went, we took a lot of tools because they were sort of trying to build things. It'd be interesting to see now what's happened. I always remember the tools because of all of the sort of tools like axes and saws and stuff that we took. The thing that fascinated the most was a level. It sort of made me chuckle, and I still remember it. But yeah, no. So that's Thursday. I think you said Thursday and Friday. For anybody else that is listening, the Return to the Roots Festival in Vanuatu. That is the one festival I would absolutely, wholeheartedly, unreservedly recommend. Back to you, Lynn.
Yeah, that sounds good. So I think you were talking about Limbo. Is that the village that you were talking about?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand the question. Over.
The village where you anchored up, was that Limbo? Over.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm going to have a look and look at the chart and get back to you tomorrow. That name doesn't ring a bell. No, I'm going to have a look. It's there. Oh God, it's frustrating. Not being because I can sort of picture it, but I can't remember the name. I will actually have a look and get back to you on that one. God, can you remember? No, we can't. So we will get back to you. There is sort of a one that looks as if it would be a good one at the top, but it's not all that great. And then there's this one, and as I say, you probably have a good half-hour walk to get to the. I mean, it's all very easy. Everyone shows you where to go. You walk past, you go ashore, plenty of room for your dinghy. You go up and past the little shop. This is 10 years ago I'm talking. And then you keep carrying on. It's a lovely walk. And take an umbrella. It has a habit of raining, as you will know, on that side of the island. So always take an umbrella because it can get very wet. But yes, I will just investigate my memory and prompt my memory and talk to you about it tomorrow. Over.
Awesome. We don't actually possess an umbrella, but we've got rain jackets. Over.
Yeah. I'm just chuckling because David, of course, was doing weather with, I think it was the last time we were there, and there was quite a few boats. There was about 15 boats around, and so he gets on the radio in the morning and he talks about the weather and how it's going to rain and blah, blah, blah. And off we went, and the only people that didn't have their umbrellas were me and him. And they had rigged a big sort of tarpaulin thing up with sort of 4 sticks on each corner. And one in the middle, and of course it did rain very, very heavily, and some bright spark. David was sort of standing on the edge, just sort of half in and half out of this shelter. Some bright spark decided to get rid of the very big bathtub full of water that was in one of the quarters of this tarpaulin, pushed it up, and it all came down on top of David.
That was very funny.
Yeah, I'm still laughing about it. He actually didn't see the joke, Lynn. Over.
I'm laughing, but I can imagine.
Anyway, I mean, it was everybody else laughed. I think he was the only one that didn't laugh. But no, well, I do hope you go, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about it. So I will refresh my memory. I've got wonderful photos of it all. So if you don't get any good photos, you'll have to talk to me at the end of it all. But yeah, it is good. Okay, well, we'll talk about the Return to the Roots Festival again tomorrow, and I will actually let you know where precisely we anchored, because we will be down at the boat again tomorrow, and I'll have a look at our log. Okay, we're clear with Intrinsic, and is there anybody else? Nope, that's it. We'll watch our beautiful big full moon again tonight, and those on passage will be really enjoying it. It doesn't look as if well, actually there's a bit of cloud around, but not too much. So I'm sure they're going to be enjoying the lovely big full moon as well. Cheers, everybody. We'll be back again at 5:15 tomorrow night, and this is Gulf Harbour Radio Clear. The frequency is all yours. Oh, and Pele has said there's no stopping at Erromango because of the weather. But you are on the, well, yes, sort of on the southwestern side.
There's no what?
There's no stopping at Erromango because of the weather to next week, because they're leaving on Sunday morning. Yeah, so, yeah, it is a bit of an open anchorage, I will have to admit. It's a shame. Okay, cheers, everybody. The frequency's all yours. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame because it is a great.
Well, I didn't think that. It's starting to come back to me now, and it.
What are the name of the trees that they?
It wasn't bad protection at all. I don't think.
Well, it's kind of open though, isn't it?
I've got to have.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look and then get back to you, Pele. Cheers, all.
Wait a second.